So this last panel had to do with diverse business models for online journalism, and the really interesting thing that came out of it is that we all really need to focus not so much on trying harder, but trying smarter,
Right.
and that there is really no one business model that's going to work for everybody, as in the past with advertising for newspapers. We're really going to have to be clever going forward, figuring out who your audience is, what your best value is, and how to target your work to get revenue for the journalism that you do.
And how far do you think we are away from getting something that's going to work and just push the business forward?
There's no one thing that's going to work for everybody, is the thing. So you heard Beth Freaking from Politico talk about a really amazing business model that she says will only work in Washington, D.C. for the kind of work that they're doing. We heard the gentleman from Malaysia talk about 60% of his revenue coming from subscription, but never work here in the United States. So it works for him in his particular setting, in his particular situation. So as we think about journalism going forward and business models, I think it would be good to focus on what Paul Steiger had to say, which was there are some business models that are working. The smaller ones seem to be very subtle and very good, and across a lot of different models when you're thinking about setting up a new operation. I think there is a lot of experimentation going on, and a lot of new sites have been talked about this morning already that are really good models. They're working well. Paul Steiger outlined 3 of them. I think one was a small community site that I think was focused mostly on advertising. The second one was nonprofits. So sponsorship from nonprofit organizations. And the third was different kinds of advertising models, but again, very niche. He called them boutique publishing. So kinds of the Huffington Post or Politico, in fact, is a good example of that. It's niche, found its market. They make enough money to support what they do.